Bro, what is the NBA cooking? What are they cooking? Dame is a buck? What the fuck? I can't do this. I can't do this, man. Like, I really was not expecting that. This is some 2K My League type of trade, bro. And I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, this is my first reaction. I just got off of work, so I don't even know what the full trade package is, but I know it does include something with the Phoenix Suns, and the Suns got a lot back, apparently. So I'm excited to go look into that. But what's goody? It's your host J Rose, as always. And are you listening to me, bro? Damian Lillard is a buck. He's a buck. I just want to start off by talking about this because, wow, bro. First of all, I'm just happy for both players, to say the very least. Dame is the best player Giannis has played with, and Giannis is the best player Dame has played with. So you bring these two together, and I'm sure they're going to work magic. They're very contrasting in their styles of play. Giannis is more bully ball. We all know Dame is more of a jump shot, skill work kind of player. So we're going to see a lot of that, them bouncing off of each other. I can definitely see Giannis barreling inside play after play after play. But now you got to worry about Damian Lillard, who can pull it up from the half-court logo. So that's going to create a very interesting dynamic for the Bucks. And let's just call it is a spade, a spade. We can just say what it is. You take one of the top players in the NBA. You take one of the top guards in the NBA, who's also one of the top players in the NBA. You put them on one team, and they're going to work magic. Honestly, you've been hearing a lot of people talking about how Harden and Embiid was going to be the next duo, like Kobe and Shaq. This right here is closer to Kobe and Shaq than James Harden and Embiid ever even was. This right here is going to cause major waves in the NBA, and this just completely changed the landscape, in my opinion. Not only for the Bucks, but also for the Suns. We're going to talk about that in a little bit after we look at the full trade, but man, this is just super duper crazy. Honestly, kudos to the Milwaukee Bucks front office, because at every single turn when you hear that Giannis is not enjoying himself, he thinks his team needs more moves to compete, and even I said that this team is getting stale. Their current formula, that big three that they had, I never considered them a big three, in my opinion, but that big three that they had with Chris Middleton, Giannis, and Drew, obviously they were good, but I just thought it was getting stale. I thought they needed to up it a little bit, and boy, they couldn't have upped it anymore. This is a very grand trade. This is probably going to be the biggest move the entire year. Honestly, I can't think of anything else that's bigger than this move right here. And this is just crazy. And I love how fast the NBA can just change up, because we saw Kyrie, KD get moved. Now we're seeing Dame get moved. It's so different compared to how it was just a season ago. The beginning of last season and the beginning of this season are going to look completely different. And I do enjoy that a lot. These stars have been moving around a ton, and it's creating for some very interesting scenarios. And we got another one, guys. We got another one. So, yeah, like I said, kudos to the Bucks staff, because honestly, they're the blueprint. And if you want to keep your young stars or your superstars, that's the blueprint right there. At every single turn, when it felt like you needed a boost here or a boost there, they've done something. First time they did, they got a championship out of it. And honestly, this has the potential to get a championship out of it as well. This is insane that they just got Damian Lillard like this, man. Absolutely insane. I do want to look at the trade details, though, because I want to see what the Suns got out of this. And you can see it right here. We have the deal. The Bucks are only getting Dame. And then we see the Suns, they got a lot of pieces. Yusuf Nurkic, Grayson Allen, Nasir Little, and Keon Johnson. And that's a lot. That's a lot that they just got back. And I feel like that makes the Suns 10 times better. And not only because of the players that they're getting, but just the fact that they have some depth now. They added a bunch of players that will come in and play some decent basketball for them, and they lacked that before. So that definitely is something where they made a huge upgrade for their team. And I know you're going to look at, oh, but your center is Yusuf Nurkic. And honestly, if I'm being serious, in that kind of offense, I don't think there's much of a difference between Ayton and Nurkic. I don't think either of them are defensive stalwarts or defensive anchors for that matter. So if you have to move him to get more depth in, I think that's a trade that they're willing to do, especially because they traded for Beal and they absolutely need it now. The fact that they got Beal, in my opinion, meant that they were not satisfied with DeAndre Ayton. So either way, they traded him to Portland, which I like. I really do like that. And they said that they're not going to keep Drew. One place that's on the radar for Drew Holiday is Miami, of course. because they missed out on Dame, so they got to get something. And I don't think Drew Holiday would be a bad pickup for that team at all. I think that Portland, I like Scoot and DeAndre Ayton. I like that. I like seeing that. Nice young duo there. But for Phoenix, like I said, more depth. That's going to make them a true contender to me. I doubted them for this entire offseason because they just didn't have enough pieces, in my opinion, to make a run. Once your 3 guys get tired out or 1 guy gets hurt, I didn't think they had enough people to come and fill in those roles, and they made it happen. Simple as that. They made it happen. Kudos to Phoenix because, man, they made something out of nothing. They definitely made something out of nothing, and here we are. So I see a world where Bucks versus Phoenix, we get a part 2. I see a world where that happens because you have KD, Book, and Beal. You surrounded them with a bunch of pieces. Maybe you might need another center or another big to get in there, but you have a little bit of everything now when it comes to your role players. Grayson Allen also brings a new aspect to your role players that you didn't have before with that key shooter. He's really a 3-and-D guy, and he plays hard. He's a pest. So that's a good pickup for y'all. Nazir Little, Keon Johnson. That's just more depth. Y'all just added a lot of depth to your team, and that makes me feel like they're contenders at this point, and I would put them in an S-tier team now that they have these players. The Bucks, if you watched me, you know that I said that the Bucks needed a change of scenery for a long time, so we got it. We got the change of scenery we've been looking for. Biggest change of scenery you could possibly get. Very polarizing move, and I think this makes them a lot better. At the very least, I'm excited that I don't have to hear anything else about Damian Lillard trades and how every team, G League and WNBA team, is trying to trade for Damian Lillard. I also don't have to hear any more drama about how Giannis is probably going to leave in a year or two, which, you know, it still may or may not be true, but I feel like with a move like this, Giannis will be like, okay, you guys are moving in my best interest. You've provided me with the stars, the talent that I needed to win. And I can't see him being mad at the Bucks in any universe because they have literally made it happen for this man on this roster time and time again. So who knows what happens after this summer, but I feel like he's going to stay. I do feel like he's going to stay, especially now that he's gotten a top 3 guard, in my opinion, on his roster. I don't think there's much for him to complain about. Man, going into the next NBA season, we're going to have a lot of stuff to watch, and this is going to be on the top of my list. This is going to be a crazy, crazy pairing, man. It's going to be a crazy pairing. I can't wait to see how they bounce off of each other. I feel like they are going to mesh perfectly. And, hey, I feel like the Bucks might make another title run. I know I've been saying the entire offseason, Celtics, but, man, this changes things. This definitely changes things for me. I don't know if you guys are going to have enough firepower to hold off a Giannis and a Dame, man. I don't think anybody's going to have enough firepower to hold that off. You saw how Miami, even though Giannis was going off, they just didn't have enough. Now you have two guys who can genuinely go off for 40 at the same time, 30, 40. I'm just saying. This is going to be a crazy, crazy duo. Some of the defense that Dame lacks, Giannis got that. Some of the offensive aspects that Giannis lacks, Dame has that. So I just think they're going to complement each other very well. I like this deal for, honestly, everybody involved. I think this is a 10 out of 10 deal for literally everybody involved. And what more can I say? I am so happy that Dame got traded already, though, because, man, no mas to this Dame talk, bro. But, shoot, I can't wait for the season to start, man, and I know y'all can't either. I'll catch y'all in the next one. This trade is crazy. This league is crazy.